Hey, what's up? JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia here in Bangkok, Thailand. Um, if you're wondering, hey, where's the intro? Well, I canceled my StreamYard subscription. That's why you see the logo up in the corner here. I think it's right here because I'm on the free version. So with the free version, I don't get any of the extra bells and whistles because they raised the price, they doubled it. So instead of paying 25 bucks a month, I'd be paying 50 bucks a month, and I just didn't want to do that. Um, so I decided just to cancel completely. I did that like 6 months ago, and they said, "Oh, we'll give it to you for 27 a month for 6 months." So I did that, and that ended this week. So we're done. We're done with StreamYard. I have to find another service to use because I don't want to pay 50 bucks a month for StreamYard. Even though I like StreamYard, it's a good place, good platform to run my live streams, and it's got the nice bells and whistles, but it's just not worth the 50 bucks. So I was looking at a couple other places. I was looking at what is it called? EV Mux, I think it's called. Um, let's see. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, there's a couple of different stream platforms that I was looking at using. But there's cost involved in both of them, all of them, and you have to get used to how each one is a little different. So until then, you're stuck with the little logo up there, and no intro, no outro, no cheers for the super chats or anything like that. So sorry about that. Um, but we got some things to cover today. We're going to talk about retiring in Thailand and if it's a good idea for expats to do that. I'm going to do a video on that. And then I'll give you some updates on what's going on with me as far as finding a new place to live when I'm done here, this condo, and with my Thai language school and my classes. I've got some updates for you that actually, if you're a member, you probably saw the video already, or it's there for you to see. If you're not a member, go ahead and go to my member page and join. It's only 99 cents a month, but you'll get to see videos before anybody else does. And you'll get the update on my condo and everything. But I'll give you some insight on what's going on there. So anyway, let's see. Let's make sure that everything's coming in good. Let's go to the chat. And if you could just give me a thumbs up or something and let me know that the video and the audio is sounding okay for the stream, and then we can get started. It was a late night for me, or early morning, I guess. I got up at, I tried to get some sleep. So I went to bed around 10. I woke up around 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. I got up to watch the Nebraska football game. So I got my Nebraska red on. Nebraska played Michigan college football, and it just got over probably about an hour ago or so, and we lost. We lost 30-27. So it was closer. The score was closer than the game. I mean, Michigan just ran all over us. We couldn't stop the run. It was embarrassing. So oh, let's see. Oh, we got a super chat already. Hey, Jack, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the thumbs up and the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see what else. Steve says hello. Hello, Steve. Thanks for coming on board this morning. Jack says, love Matt Rule. So do I. I think we're in the right direction, but we're not quite there yet. The problem is we just don't have the dogs. You know, we've got our roster full of 3-star and 4-star and a couple of 5-star players out of high school, like, our Dylan Raiola. He's our quarterback. He's a 5-star. We got a couple of transfers from other schools that are 5-stars, that were 5-stars coming out of high school. But if you look at Michigan's roster and Ohio State's roster and Penn State and Oregon, those are your top 4 in the Big Ten. They're loaded with 4 and 5 stars, where Nebraska's got 3 and 4 stars. So it's just a gap in talent right now, and Matt Rule's done a great job of trying to close that gap. And and at this point, you can close the gap a little bit, but there's still that gap. So it comes down to out coaching the opponent and playing perfect football. And we didn't do either one. We did well on coaching. I think we did a pretty good job on the coaching end of things, but just the execution, we didn't have that perfect game that you need to beat these excellent teams. So anyway, but that's okay. We're 3-1 now, and going into a bye week, and then we play Michigan State, which is that they're playing really well. But if we can just win the games we're supposed to win, and then maybe eke out a win on a couple of those games coming up that will be underdogs in, like probably USC and Penn State for sure. So Jack says, great dude, coach. So he'll build it. Just takes time, like the third years is his year. So I'm looking for 9 wins. I think if we can get 9 wins, that'll be a successful year for Nebraska to start building back to where they were. Hey, Will, thanks for coming on board this morning. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, we're all caught up. I assume that the audio and video is good. I actually had 2 streams scheduled for today, one with StreamYard here and one with the other platform, and I'd forgotten I'd done that. But for some reason, I had that scheduled for 7 this morning. There was no way I was going to do that. So this might be a little shorter stream today because I'm kind of tired. I'm low energy, so I'll be drinking the coffee and trying to get through it, everything. But I appreciate you guys coming on board. I enjoy the Sunday morning talks. This has been good. Oregon versus Penn State should be a banger, but today versus the Beavs was terrible. Yeah, Oregon State wasn't even close. Oregon State's in trouble. I think their coach is probably going to get fired. And Oklahoma State, they looked horrible against Tulsa, where I moved from. I was in Tulsa before I moved out to the Philippines. Tulsa just looked dominant over Oklahoma State. So Oklahoma State does not look good. Mike Gundy's in trouble, I think. So let's see. Hey, JJ, looks like you've lost some weight. Thanks, Russ. Thanks for noticing. I have, since I moved back to Thailand or came back to Thailand last month. Well, it's been about 5 weeks now. I've lost almost 16 pounds, 15 pounds. It kind of fluctuates. So I'm right at 200. So the other day I weighed in and I was at 199, and that was the first time I've been under 200 for a long time. And then this morning I weighed and it was like 202 or something like that. So I'm kind of bouncing around in that. So yeah, I'm trying, but thanks for noticing. I appreciate that. Let's see. Jack says, hi, Will, having fun in the Philippines. That's right. Well, you're in the Philippines right now. About as much as I can, Jack. Yeah. Says, hey, Will, no more Philly cheesesteaks. Denying can get you. Yeah, I was eating pretty good in Denying Vietnam. I was eating a lot of really good Western food. Not as much Vietnamese food as I probably should have when I was there. So, that probably had a lot to do with it. So, yeah. But that's okay. It was fun while it lasted. Now I'm back on the diet. The problem was in Da Nang too. I was drinking a lot more than I usually do. Going to Chevy's and having a beer or two, almost every other day, pretty much. So I've cut way back on that. I do maybe once a week. I'll go out and have a beer. Let's see. Yesterday, I had 1 beer yesterday for lunch. That was it. Looking at condos, and I went to the driving range yesterday, so that was fun. I'm planning on taking a trip in the first weekend in October to Hua Hin, and just do a weekend trip there. Stay 2 nights, 3 days, 2 nights, and get some golf in. So they got some nice courses down there. It's pretty cheap. So that's my plan. Let's see. Now you can get some Thai hotties. Right. I think I think it's a little more to it than just losing weight, but, yeah, a good thought, though. Nice. Once a week is a good moderation, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Once a week is good, especially after a couple of language lessons, right? Exactly. So, let's see. Yeah, I can give you guys an update on that. Just watch my video tomorrow too. It's gonna post, public tomorrow morning, Thai time at 7 a.m. But yeah, I contacted the school last week and I said, "Hey, any progress? Any updates you can give me?" Because when I first signed up for the classes, they said it's going to take about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to get my um, okay to get my immigration or to go to immigration, get my education visa. And I messaged them this a week ago, and I said, "Hey, any updates?" I didn't realize that I'd only been back here for less than a month and only signed up. It was the 22nd of August, I think. So it wasn't even a month, and I messaged them, and they probably thought, "Hey, chill out, dude. It'll happen." I didn't realize it hadn't been that long. So, but I got a message 2 days ago from the school, and they said, "Hey, we're ready to get things going. Um, we'll meet you at immigration on the 29th. That's when you're scheduled to go there to get your passport stamp for your education visa." And then if they, and they asked, is it okay if you start classes before that? Because they have classes starting on the 23rd, which is coming up this Tuesday. So I said, yeah, that's fine. So I asked what my schedule is, and they said it'll be 1:30 till 3:15. So I got that afternoon because they have four options. They've got the morning class, which is like 8:30 to 10:30. Then they've got 10:30 to 12:30. Then they have a 1 hour break for everybody at the school to take their lunch, and then 1:30 to 3:30 basically, and then 3:30 to 5:30. So I got the 1:30 to it's actually 1:30 to 3:15. So that's my schedule. Monday, no, I'm sorry, Tuesday, Thursday. Start again. Tuesday. This is called sleep deprivation. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. So that's my schedule. So that's perfect actually, Tuesday through Friday, because then I've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So when I take that trip to Hua Hin, I'm going on a Saturday morning and I come back on a Monday. So that's perfect. So that schedule is going to work out great. So super excited about that, and I'll let you know how that goes. My first week in class starting this Tuesday, and then on the 29th, whatever day that is, that's when I go to immigration, and they'll go there with me, and I'll get my education visa stamp. So I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be kind of cool. Let me see. Wow, Florida versus Miami is heating up 13-7. Other than that, Missouri is up on South Carolina 26-20. Who's up on the Florida Miami? Is that Florida winning or Miami? Because everybody was saying this is a trap game for Miami because they've been playing so well, and Florida has kind of gone under the radar because they haven't been playing well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Florida wins that, but that'd be like the old days back when Florida and Miami were both really good. Miami is up. Okay, 13-7. Okay, that should be a good game. But that's okay. Keep me posted. I'll stay doing my stream. But so what else is going on in your guys' life? I'll give you an update on I was looking at condos, and I'll show you the one condo I really liked, but it didn't check all the boxes. And I talk about this in my video that'll post tomorrow, but I'll show you the entire well, I'll show you most of the video of this condo that I videotaped in a little bit. But it was really nice condo, big, looked really nice. Everything was good. I apologize for the shaking. My table is not the most sturdy table there is, and I've got my webcam on my monitor, and so when I bump the table, it shakes. So I apologize for that. Um, but I'll show you that video. But the thing that was the no show for, or the no go for me, was the fact that it was so far away from the BTS. It was like a 30-minute walk, and I just couldn't do that. And they didn't have a shuttle, so I'd have to get a bike or a tuk-tuk or whatever to get a ride to the BTS every time I left the condo and come back. So it just wasn't cost effective, and it just wasn't worth it. Let's see. Florida's offense is terrible. Oh yeah, that's DJ Lagway. They were talking him up all last year how great he is, and then this year how great he is. He threw 5 picks last week, right? Was that him that threw 5 picks against LSU, right? Yeah. It's like, no, he's not that great. Hi, JJ. Your thoughts on sick grandpa? Seems like an oxygen thief to me. I don't really watch his videos or anything. I know he trolls me, and he trolls Geo, and he trolls all the all the vloggers, all the YouTubers in the Philippines. But most of the stuff he says are lies. He just outright lies. He just makes shit up. So I don't really put much thought into what he does or doesn't do. So. You thinking about getting something on 13? Are you talking about Soy on Sukhumvit 13? No, no. That's too far. I'm not a big fan of the Nana area, where Nana Plaza or Soy 4 is, and on the other side you got 7 and 11 and 13. Although Sukhumvit 11 is really nice. There's some really nice bars and restaurants along there, but it's just too busy there for me. It would probably be too noisy. I did look at a place there on I think it was on 13. It was at Sukhumvit Suites, and it was an older building, and the room had a great view, had a huge balcony, and the view was probably one of the best balcony views I've seen since I've been to Bangkok. But it was just it was an old building. The room had old furniture. It just didn't look good, and it just didn't check any of the boxes other than the view out the balcony. So no, I will avoid 13 most likely, at least for living there. DJ looks scared. Yes, 5 picks. Yeah. Yeah, if that offense doesn't do well, then they're not going to. If they can't score, if the opposition scores 21 points, they'll probably win the game against Florida. I don't think Florida can score 21 on a regular basis. Yeah, it was 11 that I liked. Soy 11 was a really nice area, but not to live there, but to go there and check out the bars and the restaurants. I was there. Well, I think I talked about this last week. I was at 2 bars there last weekend, last Friday, and watching live music, and I was out until like 5:30 in the morning that day. So yeah. So this place that I looked at, I'll show you the video. It was in Tonglo, in the Tonglo area, but it was far away from Sukhumvit Road. Like I said, a 30-minute walk. And that's it probably took me maybe just under 30 minutes because I walk fast. But, when you walk fast and you're in Bangkok, you're going to sweat. So it just wasn't worth it. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hang on just a second here. Give me a second. Let's see if I get the right one. I can't remember. I don't think I labeled it or I titled it. So I'm going to have to see if this is it. Stand by. It's called live radio or live TV or live whatever. That's not it. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Let's see. How about this one? Here, we'll go another route. What else is going on? While I'm looking, you guys can talk to me on chat. Let me know what else is going on in your life. Okay, let's see. Other than the cost of renting a condo, are the different parts of Bangkok about the same price to live in? Food, transportation. I guess that's what you meant, transportation. Um, yes and no. I mean, you can find the cheap places to eat and cheaper restaurants, but there are some places, there are some neighborhoods that are more upscale, so it's going to be harder to find that those cheaper restaurants. You're going to have higher prices, so you just have to kind of look around. Let's see if I can find this one. Okay, this is it here. Hold on. I need to. Okay, I got it on mute, so it's not coming through. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me share my screen. If it'll let me in the free version, I hope it will. I think it will. Share screen. Video. Okay, right here. Okay, this is it here. So the agent, super sweet lady. Get rid of there. Okay. That's the condo that I looked at. Look at those floors. I love hardwood floors, and these were real hardwood floors. Nice size table there. So you can, that would be my studio desk. I just put my mat there so it deadens the sound, and I'd set that up over here. So you got this view behind me when I'm doing my live streams. So this is kind of the view you'd see doing my live streams. But big TV, I think that was a 65 or 70 inch TV. Got an aircon in there. Big refrigerator, 6-footer. So you don't see a lot of those in Asia. You got a 2-burner there. I think it did come with dishes, if I remember right. It had a few, let's see, a few dishes up in the cupboard. Yeah, there you go. It's got some plates and bowls. And it did not have any silverware, but she said that the owner would probably provide that if I asked. So, but yeah, I mean, it was really nice. And let me go ahead, move ahead a little. There's your view. So I had a nice view of the skyline here. This is the Tonglo area, off the street, so it's really quiet. You got that bird netting. I hate that. I think it looks ugly. But and then here's the bedroom. Got a big king size bed. Another TV inside. That's a brand new mattress, by the way. So, and it was really comfortable. So that was a plus. And then let me see what the this also had a walkthrough. This had a walkthrough wardrobe. So you've got 2 wardrobes, one on either side as you go to the restroom, to the bathroom. And so you got your place to store things. Got lots of shelving over here and up above. And you got that on both sides. And then the bathroom, let me see, did I miss the bathroom? Hang on, there's the bathroom. Okay. So the bathroom had a large, good sized shower with a door, so you don't get water everywhere. It only had that as a shower head, the handheld, but which is fine, as long as it's up high enough so I can get under it. And then your basic bum gun and your basic toilet. But anyway, so that's what that was. but the problem was it was too far away to get to the BTS. 30-minute walk is too far and no shuttle. Everything else was fine. It ticked off most of my boxes. So everything else was fine except for that. So, and it was sad. But the good news is I found a place. Um, let's see where we at on our chat. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I like to walk, but I would melt. Yeah. I would I have melted. Even a 10-minute walk to the BTS can be unpleasant in a torrential downpour. Yeah. So yeah, you're exactly right. So if you're in the rain, obviously, especially if it's raining hard and you're in an area that's prone to getting some localized flooding, it's not a good thing um, to walk in the rain. So yeah, that would not be fun. Good morning, Ricky from Anut. Hey, oh, awesome! I love Anut area. That's a really nice area. So that's my parameters as far as finding a place along Sukhumvit, anywhere from as far south as Anut on up to Siam. So basically, you're going to Anut, Prakanon, Ekamai, Tonglo, Prompong, Asok, Nana. Then you have Plonchit, and then Chitlom, and then Siam. So those are your stops. There are like 10 of them. But anywhere along there, as long as it's close, walking distance to the BTS, I'm fine. And I like Anut. Anut's a neat area because you got the big Lotus store there, kind of a mall with the Lotus store in it. You've got those street vendors right outside the Lotus store. So Lotus is grocery store, in case you're not aware of that. It's one of the major discount grocery stores, but it's a good one. It's a nice size. It's kind of Western, looks kind of Western. You can get anything, pretty much anything there. But it's got the street vendors right outside. So if you want to get some street food, it's right there, and it's right off the BTS, right off the Anut BTS. You don't even have to go down to the sidewalk. You just go to the first level or the second level, and you go walk right in, and you're in the Lotus store. So super nice area. On the other side, you've got Big C. So you got two of the major grocery stores right there. So do you live there in that area, Ricky? Or are you staying there, or what's your status? Steve says there can the uh, there can the cost to rent a condo. I'm guessing this is what you're saying. Cost to rent a condo. Would my budget be the same wherever I live in Bangkok? Well, it depends on what your budget is, because if you've got a high enough budget, you can live anywhere. But there are areas like in that Siam area, if you're in the Siloam area, some of those areas, you're going to pay more for condos to get a nice condo. But and then you're gonna have high end malls, you're gonna have high end restaurants, so everything's going to be a little higher price there. But having said that, you can still find those markets that are close by where you can find good food in the market, street food in the market, clothes, merchandise, things like that. So even up in like as far as Siam, where you've got a lot of really high end malls there, you're still close to say Platinum Mall, which is a discount mall, and right across from Platinum Mall is our other malls that are like outdoor malls that are cheap. You can find cheap merchandise, cheap clothes, and food. So you can still find those. They're all over Bangkok. You just have to know where to go and know where to look. Just working and watching college football today. Just started the Terminal List Dark Wolf on Prime. Jack Carr is a fun author. I've got Prime, so I heard that that's a really good series. So I'm going to have to watch that. So I'll definitely put that on my binge watching list to watch Terminal List. What's the real reason dating is easier in Asia? That's a good question. I don't know. I can I can speculate. I can say probably because in countries like, say, the Philippines in particular, and I'll use that as an example because I lived there for 3 years and visited there for 10. It's a poor country, so the the people who live there, the locals who live there, don't make as much money. So being a foreigner and having a foreign income, even if it's a small pension or a small social security, you're still probably making a lot more than most Filipinos make. Now, I'm not saying all Filipinos, because there are a lot of very well to do Filipinos, but for the most part, you come in as a foreigner and they look at you and say, oh, this guy probably makes pretty good money considering. And so I will overlook the age difference and I could fall for this guy. So that's kind of what happens. It's probably like that in other Asian countries to a lesser extent. Maybe Cambodia. I don't know what the what things are like in Cambodia. I've never been there. Places like maybe Myanmar. Those are probably poorer countries. Laos, possibly. I don't know for a fact. Um, Thailand, not so much, but you can still date. There's a lot of Thai women that want to date foreigners because, maybe they're just fed up with Thai guys. I don't know. I don't know the actual truth behind all those things, but I know in Vietnam they will date foreign guys too. Um, but I think in like places like the Philippines, I think the number one reason is financial. To be honest with you, hardwood floors look great. Yeah, they are great. I love hardwood floors. In Asia, it's like most of them are like that tile, that white tile, and it just looks so generic and so vanilla. And the walls are white, and then the tile, the flooring is white, everything's white, and it looks like you walk into a condo and it looks like you're walking into a hospital. And I just don't like that. I'm not a big fan of the white tile. I like the darker colors. This where I'm at now, it's got the light wood. It's not real wood. But anyway, it's a lighter color, kind of like the same color as the cabinets and the TV stand there, pretty much the same color. So it's a little bit different than the white walls. So you get a little bit of contrast, but not a lot. But wait till tomorrow. Watch my video tomorrow morning. It'll post tomorrow morning at 7. Or if you're a member, you can watch it now. But I'll show you. Actually, I don't show you my condo there, but I will show you my condo in a future video. But I talk about it tomorrow. JJ, big fan I am. Are you open for collab? How does one contact you? Yeah, I'm always open for collaboration. So here, let me. This is my email, and I'll also post it on the comments. But you can email me directly, and I always answer my emails unless you're a total dick. Then I won't. Um, but hang on a second. I can't talk and type at the same time. In fact, sometimes I can't even type. Let's see if I got that right. All right, so I posted it on the chat too. In Asia at gmail.com. So yeah, just reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to meet with you, and if you want to set up a collaboration, that's awesome too. Let's see. Let's get caught up here. Where are we at? Uh-oh. Morning, go Michigan. I knew you were going to do that, Kiki and Jasmine. I knew you were going to do that. I was prepared. Hey, they beat us. Go blue, I guess. Michigan is our daddy. Um, but we'll have our day. Um, we don't play Ohio State this year, so I'm okay with that. We do play Penn State, and USC's looking pretty good, so we got to play them. And Michigan State, we got Michigan State coming up. So okay, yeah, just reach out to me. What kind of channel do you have? Ecology, by the way. Why do you want to live by BTS and not the MRT? Well, any train that's gets me to where I need to go, I'm fine with that. Um, it's just that most of the MRTs are not as the neighborhoods aren't as abundant. There aren't as many stops on the MRT for these neighborhoods. Like the BTS, the Sukhumvit BTS, there's so many neat neighborhoods up along there that I mentioned. All those stops are different neighborhoods and different kind of vibes. Um, the Newt vibe I was talking about. Tonglo is a neat area. It's got a lot of Japanese influence, a lot of, I would say, um, digital nomads live there or stay there in that Tonglo area. But they have the Japanese, a lot of Japanese restaurants, a lot of Japanese live there. Prompong is more of the Western type. You've got Americans, you've got Aussies, you've got Brits, you got a ton of Irish pubs and British pubs and restaurants there. So that's kind of a neat area. I like the Prompong area. Asok is, that's where Terminal 21 Mall is. It's, you got from Prompong to Asok, you've got four malls. You've got the Terminal 21 Mall, and then if you're walking up toward Prompong, you've got the new Emsphere Mall, fairly new. It's almost 2 years old now, I guess. But you got Emsphere Mall, you've got all the Ems malls. There's three of them all together: Emsphere, Emporium, and on the other side is M Quartier. So those are all really cool malls too. So yeah, there's just different. Everything's got a different little vibe along the BTS, along the Sukhumvit area. So that's kind of my first choice. But if there's something along an MRT that I like, definitely I'll look into it. So let's see. Thanks, JG. I will email you. I have a clothing brand called Banyan Tide floral shirt made in Thailand. You will be the perfect model. Yeah. Let me lose a little more weight before I become your model. Hey, Gio, how's it going this morning? What are you up to? Are you in Singapore or where are you at? I know where you're at, but I won't say. Um, but anyway, yeah, reach out to me and we can definitely connect. That would be fine. Um, floral model, perfect. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, you know what? I look like Tony Soprano, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the bowling shirt type shirts or something. Singapore, yeah, beautiful. I love Singapore. That's I've been there once, but it was a neat experience. I don't want to go back there again and spend a little more time, but yeah, Singapore is really, really cool area. So enjoy your time there in Singapore, and we'll see you when you get back. All right, so you want a sneak peek of my Thai condo. Let me see if I can figure out how to bring it up, or my new condo that I am going to get. Let me do this. Hang on just a sec. And I'll show you. I'll just give you a quick sneak peek. I won't show you the whole thing, but I'll show you a little bit of it. Okay. So let me do this. And the agent was a sweetheart, and she's been really good. In fact, I told her, I said, if you get everything I'm asking for with the negotiations, I'll buy you dinner. And she said, oh, great. Do I get to choose where? And I said, well, just within reason, I said. So, but yeah, let me share this screen again and I'll show you just a little quick peek. All right. I won't tell you where it is yet, but I'll just show you. I'll just give you a quick reveal when she opens the door. All right. So what I like here is this desk area will be my studio, and it will behind me. It will show this living area here. So, but yeah, it's got the wood floors. Doesn't have the dark wood floors like I like, but that's okay. I can overlook that. Show you the view. It's got a small balcony, but a beautiful view. If I can get to it. I might turn the desk around the other way so you can see out the balcony. We had a hard time figuring out how to get the door open, but she got it all figured out. There's your view. And that's the Chao Phraya River there, I believe. So yeah, you've got an amazing view. And let me look at that. It's a neat area. So I'll give you a full tour when I get moved in, which will be in November. So I got another about 5 weeks to go. So, but all the negotiation worked. I got the price I wanted. I got to, they'll hold it until November, so they're not going to rent it out. I put some money down. It all worked out really, really well. So I'm super happy with how everything worked. Yeah, Gio, I found it. What the hell? I'll just might as well tell you guys now. But I'll do the whole thing tomorrow. You'll see it. You'll get more information. But yeah, it's in the Prompong area. So it's just so Gio, you're about 3 stops from me, two or 3 stops from me. So, but Prompong, it's on Sukhumvit 24. So it's on the other. So if I'm on Prompong and if I go to my old pub, O'Shea's or Laughing Tiger, that's at 33-1. It's right. Basically, you just go right across the street on Sukhumvit, and then you're on 24, and then you just take 24 down. It's about maybe an 8 or 9 minute walk, and it's 40 square meters. And I got him to take off 5,000 baht a month on the price, so I got it down to my budget. And like I said, they're going to hold it for me until November. I paid 1 month deposit, and when I move in November, I'll pay my other month deposit. So I got 2 months deposit and then 1 month advance. So I'll pay the rest of that in November when I move in. So I'm super excited. Plus, they have a shuttle that runs every half hour, and it'll take you to the BTS, or it'll take you to Emporium Mall, which is right up the street there. So I'm pretty excited. So there you go, off the Prompong BTS. What these Irish bars really need is live Irish music. My uncle used to play in Boston for about 5 years back in the 80s. Awesome. So they do. There's a pub right off of Soy Cowboy on 23, right across the street from Soy Cowboy, and you take a left, you go about a half a block, and it's called Scruffy Murphy's, and that's another one of my favorite pubs. And they do have live music that they have on weekends. So they do have some places that have live music. What floor is that? It looks very high. Yeah, it's It's a little high, not super high, but like I'm on the 22nd floor, so it's not quite as high as I am here, but it's good. It's a good height. um, let's see. Hey James, JJ, the interview with May was good. She seemed like a great person. Would you say she is unique, or are there more of that type of personalities in the ladies in Thailand? I would say she's probably unique in her own way, but I would also say that there's a lot of ladies in Thailand that are like her. And Gio, if you want to chime in, you're familiar enough now with the ladies of Thailand and Bangkok. You could probably give James a decent answer to that. But I would say, yeah, as far as say English, speaking English as well as she did, I would say there are a lot of Thai women here in Bangkok that do. I would say there are a lot of Thai women here in Bangkok that are professional, career oriented women like she is. Maybe not to the extent that she is. She's got so many irons in the fire. She does so many things. But yeah, I would say she's not the only one that would be like that. But yeah, so yeah, Gio, if you're still on, feel free to chime in on James's question as far as if May is unique here in Thailand, or if her personality is kind of like others, or could be like others. I would say there's others like her, um, but she does have a great personality. She's super. Gio and I both met her at the same time. We were doing our videos at Benchakitty Park, and she was walking by. She was doing her running or walking that day, and she went by and saw us and said hello to us. I think she said hello to Gio first, and then she just stopped, turned around, and struck up a conversation. So super friendly. So yeah, all the best with your first class on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm excited. Tuesday afternoon. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely let you guys know how it goes. I'll keep you up to date on the progress that I make, how the first day of class went. I'm thinking about, here's what I was thinking about doing. Getting a backpack, like I don't know, like a kid's backpack, or the old lunch boxes that, if you're old as me, you remember the old lunch boxes we used to get every year. Well, if you weren't poor like us, but we would get a lunchbox with our favorite cartoon on it, like Scooby Doo or the Flintstones or Johnny Quest, whatever that is. So we'd have those lunch boxes, or like the kids nowadays, in the Philippines or here in Thailand, they have the backpacks with the, Dora the Explorer or whatever, But I was thinking about doing that, getting a backpack or a old retro lunchbox, and doing a video of me going to school, my first day of school with that. I thought that would be kind of funny, but I don't know. I don't know if I could find anything like that in short notice. Maybe on Shopee or Lazada, maybe I can find something online. Oh, here we go. Now we're going to do a rabbit hole here. I had a Mickey Mouse lunchbox. So the lunchbox I had, if you remember the old black, most of them were black, kind of matte black pails, had the round top that older people would use to take for lunch, like construction workers and things like that. My dad, that's what he used all the time. And then when he would get a new one, I would get his hand-me-down. So that was my lunchbox, the old lunchbox that my dad used to have. I think one year I got a new one, and I want to say it was a Johnny Quest lunchbox, but you had the box, and then you open it up and it had a thermos inside. and it was the old-fashioned glass thermos. The inside was glass insulated. So if you dropped it, you'd shatter the inside. But I remember that, and then I had a GI Joe foot locker. It was about this big that I bought with my own money. I'm pretty sure. Um, I don't know how. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. So long ago. But anyway, that's what I used for my lunchbox, an old foot locker that you put your GI Joes in back in the day. So what did you guys have for lunch boxes, or did you have lunch boxes? That's a good question to get the chat going. What was on your lunch box? If any of you guys say Dora the Explorer, you're gonna lose your man card. Just saying. But so Kiki had Mickey Mouse. John had Batman. Okay. Oh yeah, Batman, Superman, all the DC and the Marvel. Trying to think what else was popular back when I was a kid. Flintstones, Jetsons. The Jetsons would have been big. I don't know that Bullwinkle would have been on a lunchbox or not. That was one of my favorite cartoons to watch when I was growing up. But yeah. So maybe if I can go on Lazada and find something like that, maybe I'll do a video and my first day of class, or I'll take an apple for the teacher. Maybe I'll do that. Or if she's good looking, maybe I'll do, instead of taking an apple, take my here's my line number. Here's my WhatsApp. The Green Hornet. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Green Hornet. And Kato. So now you know. So now we've got the the deal with my condo. And when I move in, I'll give you a full tour with the facilities and everything. It's really nice. And then you know what's going on with my school now. So I've got my classes starting next Tuesday. But I will keep you updated on that. And as far as the education visa, I'll update you on that when that happens too. So what else, chat? What else is going on? Give me an update on the scores if you're watching college football. What's going on with that Miami, Florida game? What else is going on tonight? Who else is playing tonight? There were a couple of good ones. Oklahoma won, right? They won today. They beat Auburn, right? That makes Michigan look better with that Oklahoma winning, which in turn makes Nebraska look better. So our loss doesn't look as bad. But okay, so I've been up a lot, hardly any sleep because I got up early to watch the Nebraska game. So we'll go probably, if you guys are going to stay on, if the chat is lively, I'll stay on longer. I still got another cup and a half of coffee I can go through, but we'll probably go another maybe 15 minutes and see what's going on. Get up to the top of the hour, and if chat's still lively, if we still got a few people on, we'll keep going. That's okay. Just keep me pumped up because I'm going to start crashing here pretty soon. So keep me going, guys. Let's see. I know what I was going to talk about. What I was originally going to talk about was if Thailand is a good idea for retirement in for expats to retire in, if that's a good idea. Notre Dame plays tonight. They play Purdue, right? Notre Dame beat Purdue. It was a very high-scoring game, interrupted before halftime because of lightning. Yeah, they were up. They won by like 3 scores or something like that. Notre Dame's my second favorite team. So Nebraska's 1, Notre Dame's 2, and Tennessee Volunteers is 3. So those are my 3 favorite teams. And the reason I was a Tennessee fan is because I lived in Tennessee, so I started following them. Um, but yeah, I was going to talk about is retirement in Thailand a good idea for expats? And if you're here, if you're on my channel right now on my stream, and 5623, wow, it was close for a while there. It looked like I think it was like I wanted to say like 30-20 or something like that. It was only a couple scores, so it must have pulled away. And then after that lightning, after that lightning delay, they must have pulled away. Oh, by the way, Kiki, Jasmine, thanks for being a member. Appreciate that. Thanks to everybody who's a member. And if you're not a member, you get to see my videos before they're posted for public, and it's only 99 cents a month, so not much at all. So yeah, if you're a retiree or if you're an expat and you live in Thailand, and if you're on my channel right now, chime in on the chat. Let me know what you think about living in Thailand. You think it's a good choice for you? If you're thinking about it and you've kind of done some research, not here yet, let me know your thoughts on that. If not Thailand, where else would you go if you had a choice, or if you're thinking about retiring overseas? What are your options as far as personal options? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas on that. But I like Thailand. I'm totally sold on it. And with this education visa, I'm good for a year. And then my plan is to move that into a retirement visa. We will see how that goes next year, because everything changes. I mean, the big thing now is all these banks are freezing accounts. I got a buddy, he's American, he's Vietnamese American, but he's American, and he lives here. He's on the LTR, the long term retirement, and he got his bank account frozen. So he had to go in and try to get it unfroze. And but he was off into Europe when that happened, so he couldn't do anything because you had to go in person. So he's been having some issues. So it's kind of weird and random, it seems like, but Malaysia seems to be very popular right now. Yeah, and inexpensive from what I understand. So his thing was he thought maybe the reason his got frozen is because when he opened up his bank account, he used an agent. Excuse me. And he thought maybe that was the red flag that he got because the agent deposited the money to begin with. But I don't know. I don't know what they look at. I don't know what they're looking for. But it's happening everywhere. I heard in Vietnam they froze like 85 million. That can't be right. 8 million, maybe 8 million bank accounts. Indiana beat the crap out of Illinois 63-10. Holy moly. Indiana's for real. I thought Illinois I would have, if I was a betting man, I was going to take Illinois. But wow, that's crazy. Now that drubbing we took last year against Indiana, Nebraska did, doesn't look quite so bad. Wow, that's nuts. 63-10. Bangkok seems great fun for a while. Yeah. Every time I leave Bangkok, I miss it. So I'm always happy to get back. I never get bored. You're never bored in Bangkok. There's always things going on, and it's the city that never sleeps, basically. If you're a party guy, Bangkok's a great place. If you love food, if you're a foodie guy like me, Bangkok's an amazing place because you got all kinds of food, not just Thai food, but international food of all sorts. So it's just a great city. Live music, great venues for live music. It's got everything. Muay Thai, You can get there's two Muay Thai boxing arenas. There's a soccer stadium or football stadium. So you got a football team or soccer team. So you get it all. It seems they're trying to sync everything digitally: bank accounts, visas, utilities, etc., keeping track of people, of course. You know, there's a there was a video that was posted. I haven't seen it yet, but it's through Integrity Legal, I think is the name of his YouTube channel. He's an attorney here. He's an American attorney, but he lives here in Thailand. He has a business here in Thailand. But he was talking about that the same thing about his theory or conspiracy theory is that this one world, global banking operation is trying to control everybody, and that's why a lot of these banks are freezing these accounts because they want everybody doing the same thing so they can control everything. Um, Kind of Orwellian, but you never know. I like rural Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos to settle down. So, Flynn, let me ask you, why rural? Other than the obvious thoughts, is like, oh, you don't have the city pollution, you don't have the city noise, you don't have the city traffic or anything like that. But for me, I like convenience, and I like the fact that I can do Western things here in Bangkok. And if I was in a rural area, just same with the Philippines. I didn't like being out in the provinces. It just wasn't for me. So I'm interested to hear why you like the rural areas, Flynn. Um, what what's the thing that really sets it apart from anywhere else for you? Because everybody's got their own thoughts and own ideas on what good life is, and rural life. I lived on a farm for a while when I was growing up, and I get it. I think every kid should grow up, at least spend one summer on a farm, um, because that's just such a great experience. I don't know if it is now, but back when I was growing up, it was a great experience. So you just know the Philippines will follow Thailand and Vietnam. Yeah, you would think they would, but they are so far behind on that whole infrastructure and everything. Who knows when that will happen? But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a scary thought when you think about it, that if this world government wants to control your bank accounts and they can shut you down at any time, what are you going to do? If you can't access your money, or you're paying with a card and they shut it down so you can't buy food or groceries or anything like that, what what are you going to do? So it's almost to a point where maybe Flynn is on the right track and live that rural life and just completely get off the grid, and have a farm, grow your own food, whatever. So let's see. Okay, yeah, we're caught up with chat. But anybody else, Flynn likes the rural life. Anybody else living in Thailand, or thinking about coming to Thailand? And where in Thailand were you thinking about going to, or where you live now? Is it Bangkok? Is it up north, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Danapatia, Hua Hin, Phuket, Koh Samui? Where are you thinking about going? Um, Interesting to know. I pay all my utilities on the Trace app that was created during the pandemic. Okay. I do mine through Wise. In fact, if you go to any of my videos, and in my description, there's a Wise link, and you can sign up for Wise. And like, I paid my deposit for my new place. I paid that through Wise. It's a direct transfer. You get a good rate, exchange rate. But I paid my I pay my monthly rent through them, and I paid my deposit, and I'll pay my rent through them, my utilities through them, through Wise. So it's really super easy. And if you want, just go to my descriptions, and that's right in the description, right toward the top, and you can just click on that, and you can sign up for a Wise account, and you can get a card too if you want. So it's like a debit card. So you put money on your debit card, and you can use that just like a normal debit card. So that's kind of nice. Chugsies and Jomtien. Jomtien's nice. I like Jomtien. I haven't been back there for a little while, but I've heard different things about it. So I don't know if it's changing for the better or for the worse. Full stop. Dave says, "Hi, JJ. How's it going?" Hey, Dave. Thanks for coming in this morning. Appreciate it. Things are going good, other than the fact that my Nebraska team lost this morning, and I'm sleep deprivated. But other than that, everything's super good. We have been researching Florida for a vacation next year. I'd like to visit Savannah in Georgia. I've not been to Savannah. I've heard really good things about that. That Savannah, Georgia is super nice right there on the Gulf. Where in Florida would you go? I've only been to Orlando. I haven't been to any of the coastal cities in Florida. Orlando, I went there for a golf vacation, so that's all I know about Orlando. But yeah, that's going to be expensive. It's so expensive to go to the States now and live there. Somebody told me the other day, excuse me, that just to rent, oh, went down the wrong pipe. Just to rent a car in the U.S. is like $1,000 a week or something absurd like that. So, yeah, that's just the car rental. Probably northern Florida, like Pensacola, up around there, or on the other side of the state on the east. Let's see what else is up there. Jacksonville. Jacksonville is right close to Georgia, if I remember right. Definitely expensive. Yeah. Yeah. You can start saving now. I need to get back there probably next spring, I'm thinking. Probably not next spring. Probably when my classes are over. So we're talking a year, probably next fall, I'm guessing. But I need to get back there. I need to sell my car, unless I let my cousin sell it, and then I'll just e-sign the title over. I can do that with a DocuSign with the title. But I need to get back at some point. I want to live close to a nice park, some bars, and a big market and BTS. I'm hoping to move to Siloam. It has a Lumpini Park and Patpong bars and a market. Yeah, that's a nice area. My place is going to be really close to Benjikiti Park. So actually, when you look out, I'm trying to think here. When you look out, you're either at the pool or at the fitness facilities at my new place that I will be in come November. It overlooks Benjikiti Park. So that's a nice area. So but Siloam is a nice area too. Now I've heard, I don't have any verification on that, but I've heard that Siloam is kind of a LGBTQ area. So just be aware of that. Not to say that everything is that, but there is that element there too. So just, if that's your thing, that's your thing. If not, just know that it's there. Pensacola along the Panhandle, including Jacksonville. Okay, very cool. I love Luang Prabang in Laos. It has amazing food and people, lots of mountains and beautiful scenery, just a nice vibe to explore. Around 50,000 population, and Bangkok is a short flight away. Never heard of it, but that doesn't mean I barely know anything about Laos. I actually dated a girl she's a Lao girl. She's from Laos. Um, I dated her a while back. Sweetheart lives in Thailand, and she has to go back and get a stamp every so often. But she can do it in Bangkok, or she can do it in Cambodia or Laos, I guess. So I don't know what kind of stamp she gets, but she just take a bus ride, and it's like an all day thing for her. But yeah, that's the only thing I know about Laos is the Lao girl I dated for a while back in the day. She's a sweetheart, though. Probably in the summer because we don't want to encounter hurricanes. Yeah. Okay. I live in Udon Suk, the best neighborhood, market, BTS, it's all there. Udon Suk is right next to Punawiti, right? You got Punawiti if you're heading south, like you're coming from Prompong, you hit Tonglo, then you go to Ekamai, then Prokanong, then Bangchok, and then I think it's Punawiti, and then Udom Suk. And then after Udom Suk, it's Bang Na. And then after Bang Na, it's Bering. And then after Bering, it's Samrong, which is where I get off to get here to my current condo on the yellow MRT. So Udom Suk's a nice area. Um, what's the market there? Because I know in Bering, there's that really neat night market right off the Bering BTS. I was there one time, and I was the only Farang. I was the only foreigner there, and it was all locals. And they had all these food booths, and they had a bar there, and they had live music and a DJ, and everybody was singing along with the Thai music, and it was great fun. And I'm hanging out with the Thais and drinking Chang, and it was so much fun. And I haven't been back there, and I keep saying to myself, I want to go back there. I want to go back there. So I'm going to have to try to get back there before I move up north. Laos is beautiful, but it's not really a country for dating. Okay, interesting. The True Digital Mall. That's right. True Digital is up by Odom Suk, or between Odom Suk and Punawiti, right? That's a neat mall. It's very nice. There's a library inside with free high speed Wi-Fi. Yeah, there's also a food court there where it's just like the Terminal 21, where you get a card and you put money on the card, and then you go around and you find your food and you use the card to pay for it. And it's super cheap, like 30-40 baht for a meal. But that's a neat mall, the True Digital Mall. That's a really cool mall there. So there's so many neat places all around Bangkok. That's why it's so cool, because it's such a big city, but it doesn't feel big to me. It feels, because it's such a neighborhood focused city, because every stop seems like a different neighborhood. So I really like it. The market in Udom Suk is Kun Yim, Mr. Smile Market, and Terry's almost 24-hour food. Okay. Cool. So what I'm trying to think of the one in Bering. Let me look it up here real quick. Stand by. I'll bring it up on my map. There's Bang Na. Where's Bering? Bering. Oh, Tonsai Market. Tonsai. Tonsai Market. It's right off the Bering BTS. But it's really neat market. And if you get a chance, if you're in Bangkok, go to these smaller local markets, because you're not going to be filled with all these touristy things, and it's not they're not going to charge you these tourist prices like they would at, say, Jod Fairs, which is a nice night market. Don't get me wrong, I love the area, but these local night markets that are not so touristy, they're the places to go. You find some really neat people there and really neat, really good food. So real genuine people there too. So, but yeah, anywhere along BTS, you can't go wrong, I don't think. See, Ulam Souk, also walkable to buy tech, and most weekend there are exhibitions and it's free to attend. Nice. Buy tech, okay. Definitely will check that out. I need to go to these areas and do some videos there. So, um, but yeah, I like Udom Souk. That's a neat area. Um, okay, let me see. We've been going about an hour and 15 minutes now, and let's see, who do we got on? We got 27 on. All right, 20. Okay, we're still going. So I'll keep going as long as the chat's lively. Um, if the chat's lively, I'll keep going. Um, so what do you guys want to chat about? Hoping to get to Bangkok for a week in November. November should be good. You should be out pretty much out of the rainy season. Um, this is the wettest month of the year. September is, so we're right in the thick of things. But it hasn't been bad. I mean, like today, I see the sun shining. It's going to be really nice. It's going to be warm though. I went out earlier to get some water, and it was already getting warm. I got to do a video. I'll probably do it in the garden area of my condo here. I got a bag. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can go grab it. Stand by. Okay. So they sent me this. I couldn't hear. I should have done the my new camera will follow me everywhere. So I got this bag. They sent me this bag to do a review on. It's through Waterfly. So come here, little guy. My camera looks like a little robot. It's really cool. Anyway, and he follows me everywhere. But it's a backpack, right? And it's a smaller backpack than what my normal one is. So this is going to be great to, like, if you do, like when I go to Hua Hin, I'll use this because it'll be a lot easier for my carry-on, and I won't have that big bulky 70 whatever it is backpack that I'll have to lug around, because I'm only there for 3 nights or 2 nights, 3 days, so I only need to take a couple of change of clothes. So this is a backpack, and the carrying case is part of the backpack. So I won't take it out today, but I'll do a quick video on it, probably a short. But it's pretty cool, and it's only like $29. So when I do it, when I do the review on it, I'll put a link on there. So if somebody wants to get one, but it'd be perfect for the short trips, or if you like hiking, you can take it with you for your hiking. What else? I can carry my gear in it. So when I go out and do my videos and stuff, I got that bag there, but I can put it in my backpack now. And that way, if I want to take my tripod with me, if I need that, or my camera, I can do all that, take it all with me. So let me take off the tracking on my camera here and bring this back down. There. Okay. I love my new camera, my new webcam. The autofocus is a lot better than my camera was. This thing. I'll unplug it. This camera's nice, but the autofocus just isn't great. And so when I was doing these live streams using that, I'd watch it back and I'd be out of focus, and the background would be in focus. This little camera cost me $150. It's a E-Meet Pixie, I think it's called Pixie. Anyway, it's a dual camera. It's got two lenses, dual lens. So it's really good for auto focusing and tracking, and it'll blur the background. So I'm in focus and the background's out of focus. So I really like it. Well worth the 150 I spent on it. Anyway, so I'll do that later today. It'll be hot, but I'll do it in the shade of the garden, or maybe I'll do it at poolside. That'd be kind of cool. But November will be good. That'll be a good time to go, especially if it's later in the month. You should be fine. We should be pretty much out of the rainy season by then. Bitech, Queen, Sirikit, and Impact are the 3 convention centers, and there's always a lot going on every weekend. Which is the one at the end of Benjikitty Park? That's a convention center, right? Sea Ecology. It seems like there's always something going on there, but I don't know which one that is. That might be the Queen Sirikit, actually, if I'm thinking right with the map in my head. Pet shows, car shows, food expo, endless. Nice, sweet. Is the LGBTQ stuff in Siloam overwhelming? I thought it was mostly in one area. I really like Lumpini Park and want to be close to it. I don't think it's overwhelming. I don't know. I've only been to Siloam a couple of times, and it was kind of neat. I went there and just was walking that night through there, and I didn't even realize I was in that area until I walked by, and it's like, oh, this is Siloam area. And it seemed like there's some really neat streets with restaurants and bars and that sort of thing. So I don't think it's overwhelming, but it is there. From what I hear, that's kind of their area, but I don't think they've like taken over and they don't let any straight people in or anything like that. I'll be in Bangkok the first week of December on my way home from Bali. Oh, nice. Are you in Bali now? And how is it? Because I've heard it's being overrun by tourists, and it's not as nice as it used to be. That's what I hear. But if you guys get to Bangkok, look me up. You got my email address. Just email me. Let me know when you're going to be around. If you want to meet up, I'm more than happy to meet up with you guys. Just watch my team, Michigan, beat Nebraska in their Big Ten opener 30-27. Oh, stop it, Dave. Don't have to rub it in. Nebraska getting trolled this morning. Yeah, well. Oh, well. I can take it. I'm a big boy. Benjikitty Forest Par, Queen Sirikit with the MRT, Queen Sirikit. Right, the MRT is right off there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a nice area. I like Benjikitty Park. I like that whole area. Benjikitty Forest Park, Queen Sirikit, and with the MRT, Queen Sirikit Station. Yeah, gotcha. Definitely will get in touch. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, let me know when you're going to be here, and I'll be here, obviously, because I got to stay around for school, unless I take a 3-day weekend, and then I might go up to Chiang Mai for a 3-day weekend, might go to Pattaya. I want to go to Koh Samui one of these days. That's definitely on my bucket list. So, and then I got a friend back at home in Nebraska. His brother owns a bar in Phuket. So I kind of want to see that too. I'm getting the weird little flash on my screen. I don't know if that's me or if it's coming over. Okay, let me see. Joe. Hey, Joe. Good morning. Siloam Soy 2 and 4. Gay short Soys. Club and drag shows. Okay. All right. Good to know. If you're into that lifestyle, Soy 2 and 4 in Siloam is where you need to write those things down. If you're not into that, avoid Soy 2 and 4. There you go. Good to know. Dave says, but I really like your shirt. The scarlet and cream looks good on you. Yeah. This shirt is so old, but it's held up so well. This is a nice shirt. It's Adidas. I like Adidas. And that's the brand that sponsors Nebraska. It's all Nebraska sports is Adidas. But this shirt is probably 10 years old. And look how well it's lasted. I really like it. It's got a kind of a big collar though, but other than that, um, yeah, it's a good look. I love the stripes, but yeah, I'm Husker through and through. I can't help it. We'll bounce back. I'm looking at least 9 wins this season. If we can beat the teams we're supposed to beat, and then maybe squeak out a win against some of these teams, will be underdogs with, like USC will probably be an underdog to them, but we got them at home. Penn State on the road, that'll be a tough one. But if we can beat USC and just win the other games, we'll get 9 or 10 wins and go to a bowl game and maybe have some talk about the playoffs. That would be kind of cool to have the Huskers in that conversation. Okay. All caught up on chat, and I'm just starting my second cup of coffee. Actually, it's my second cup this hour, or since I've been on the live. This is like my fourth cup since 2:30 this morning. Man, I hate those afternoon games. I'll do the noon starts, like what do they call that, the on Fox, where they have the Fox noon kickoff. That's fine, because that's like, if it's 12 o'clock Eastern time, it's 11 o'clock Central time. That's 11 p.m. here. That's perfect. I can go to bed at 2 a.m. and get a full night's sleep. Or if it's a night game, then I get up in the morning. It's like 7 at night there, and it's like 7 in the morning here. That's perfect. But those 2:30 starts there, that sucks. So I'm like totally out of it. Let's see. Hope you beat Penn State and Michigan State. You don't play Ohio State this year. Michigan State is looking pretty good, actually. What are they, 3-1 now, or did they play? They play USC. Who do they play this week? We have a bye week this coming week, and then we play them, but we play them at home. So I think we'll win, but it won't be easy. I think they're a lot. That Aiden Childs, the quarterback, he's turning out to be a pretty decent quarterback. So I was thinking about doing a second channel and just talking about college football and talking about Nebraska football, but there's so many of them. I would be lost in the shuffle, but it would be kind of cool to just, maybe name it like Husker Asian Nation or something like that, or Husker fan from 8,000 miles away or something. That'd be kind of fun. But the gay area of Siloam is very small. You would not even notice unless you venture down some small side alley. Siloam, Sethorn areas are very nice. Cool. Okay. I usually watch games in the morning over breakfast. Yeah, you're in Ireland, right? Are you in Ireland, or are you? I know you're from Ireland, but I can't remember if you're in Ireland or not. But yeah, I like. So I'm excited for Six Nations rugby to get started. So Kiki and Jasmine, I don't know if you're a Six Nations fan, but I love. I watched Ireland on the rugby team for Six Nations every year when they go. The bad part is that the season is so short. It's only like 6 games, and then it's over. It's like before you know it, boom, it's done. It starts and then it's over. But I really like watching. I've really gotten into rugby. On your next trip to Lumpini Park, try getting off at BTS Chitlom and walk through Lang Swan Street. Make a video about it. Probably one of the nicest residential areas in Bangkok. Go with Geo Langswan Street. Okay, I'll do that off of Chitlom. I usually get off Chitlom to go to Lumpini Park. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Let me do a screenshot of that so I don't forget. Okay, got it. Thanks for the tip. I'm in BGC, but I move around a lot between the Philippines and Ireland and Spain. Okay, why Spain? Is there a particular reason for Spain? No, I got nothing against Spain or Spaniards, but because you're Irish, right? Uh, I think you're Irish. I'm pretty sure that's what I know. You lived in Ireland, in Dublin, right? Anyway, BGC. Yeah, that was my home for 3 years, almost 3 years in BGC, Bonifacio Global City in Taguig, which is part of Metro Manila in the Philippines. So nice little bubble, very Western style. You got the Western restaurants. You got all the franchise restaurants. You got the what is it? Chili's, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Italiani's, um, Danny's, all of that there and within walking distance. It's a beautiful area. I really liked it, but it got too small for me, so I was ready to move. Oh, I see. You work remotely for a Barcelona University. Oh, very good. Awesome. Nice. So you have to go back to Barcelona every once in a while. Is that the case? Um, when I first moved to the Philippines, I was working for a university out of California, and we were opening up the Asia division. And so they hired me to set all that up. I was director of admissions for the Asia division. I set all that up, and it was a fun job. It was a good job, living in the Philippines and getting a U.S. salary. That was really nice. I was balling there back then. I was a 2%er basically out of the Philippines. Let's see. I used to be a lecturer. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was in education, but on the other end, I was in the recruiting end on the admissions department. So never taught. Um, so yeah, awesome. All right, where are we at on time? We are at hour and 33 minutes, and we still have 24 people on. So let's keep going, guys. What else you want to talk about? I mean, we've covered a lot of things. We covered my condo hunt. We've covered my school. We've talked about neighborhoods in Bangkok. What else you guys want to cover? Or let's see, I do social and economics research. 3 more years remain on this current contract. And then what? Are you going to retire after those 3 years? Or are you going to look somewhere else? Because I know with me, that's how it was. You're on a contract, and then when the contract's over, they either renew it or they let you go. And so I would go to another place, and I was always chasing the money. It's like I left a really good job in Indiana at a school for another job because it paid more, and I regretted it. But everything happens for a reason. And because I went to that job and hated it and ended up getting fired, basically, um, I was able to find this job that led me here to Southeast Asia. So everything happens for a reason. So yeah, I was super happy afterwards. But I missed the people I worked with in Indiana. That was a really good. I had a really good boss. A couple of really good bosses. I had the campus director was a super good guy, and then all the people that worked on campus, and then my boss, who was the regional director, He was a super good guy too. But the people above them, they went they went woke, and it's just not a good situation. So when I got that job offer to go to another school, this was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I was going to make about 40% more than what I was making at the school in Indiana. I went for it because I was chasing money. And so, yeah, big mistake, but it all turned out really good. So I'm super happy how everything ended. Let's see. I'm going to semi retire after this contract expires. Good for you. I'll be 56 when it expires. Oh, you're awesome. That's great. I wish, I wish I was able to, would have been able to retire at 56. Unfortunately, I wasn't, but I retired at 64, and I still got my health, and I'm super happy where my life is. And boy, I tell you what, I have no regrets whatsoever retiring when I did. I would be back at the States working and slaving and being stressed out about my job and living paycheck to paycheck probably, and having to work till I was 70. So, yeah, no regrets. All right, we're at 137 into the live stream, hour and 37 minutes. So we'll keep going. We'll go to the top of the hour unless people fall off. Um, but if you got any questions, any comments, any suggestions, video suggestions, I've always said I wouldn't work beyond 62. I always thought I would work until the day I died. But I'm glad that didn't happen. At least I don't. Yeah, I'm still kicking. Yeah, I'll probably live. Unless I get hit by a bus or something crossing the street, I think I'll probably live till I'm close to 100. I don't see me slowing down anytime soon. Um, I'm other than my little bit of weight around the tummy. I'm in pretty good health, and I'm working on that. So, yeah, I'm super happy. Um, so, like I said, today I'll do that video. I got a couple other videos that I need to do. My condo update video is on the members page right now. So if you want to be a member, just go there, go to my channel, and click on membership, and then you can sign up, and it's only 99 cents a month. So that would be cool to be able to do that. If you were able to do that, I would appreciate that. And but that video that is on members only, I always, when I post videos, I put it on members only, and it runs for at least a couple of days before it goes to the public. So you get to see it first. So I'll post that. That'll go public tomorrow, the one that's in members right now. That'll go public tomorrow. And then I got a couple others that I'll post this week as I get ready for my first day of class, first week of classes, taking Thai language. The more I think about it, I start to get a little nervous because I would hate to fail. That's the last thing I want to do is fail at something. But the reason why I put it out on my YouTube channel that I'm going to take Thai language classes, because I wanted to make sure I went through with it. I didn't want to say to myself, I'm going to do Thai language classes and then not do it. And if nobody knows I was planning on doing it, then I had nothing that showed that I was going to do it or not going to do it. So by putting it out there and telling everybody on YouTube that I'm going to do these Thai language classes, that forces my hand. And I've always done that. If I have a goal, or if I want to hit a goal or do something in my life, I make sure that I speak it to reality, basically. So I will tell people, like, this is what I'm going to do. and um, that way I make sure I do it, because now it's like out there, and if I don't do it, then I just lied to everybody on my YouTube channel. So now I'm going to do it. So, oh, look at this, Kiki. Kiki just gifted 5 memberships. JJ and the Lonely Bull, JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia memberships. Thank you, Kiki and Jasmine. Appreciate you. You're awesome. I wish I had my little cheer thing again, but I don't, because I'm on the free site now. So I guess I don't get to use those, unfortunately. But thank you so much for that. If you didn't have language school, would you have a different obligation to go to? Do you like having places you're expected to go to each week? I think that is important for me. Um, no, not really. I mean, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants, so to speak. So, like, like this trip to Wahin, I'm taking in a couple of weekends. That was just a random thing. It's like, yeah, I'll check what how much it costs to get a hotel for a couple of days, and I want to go golfing. I've been going to the driving range here, so I really want to get on a golf course, and I've heard good things about the Hua Hin golf courses. So it's like just kind of spur of the moment more than anything. But when I do plan things, I plan it out. If it's not spur of the moment, like if I take a trip, if I say, you know what, in December, I'm going to take a trip to, you know, Da Nang, Vietnam or whatever, which December would be a bad time to go because it's really rainy there. But I will, I will plan that out. I will get the hotel rented, get the book the flights. I'll do it all. I'll make sure everything's planned out precisely. So probably a little bit of both. Kind of spur of the moment and detail oriented. But with my YouTube videos and stuff, I do kind of plan those out. I have ideas that I write down in my notebook that I'll it's like, okay, I want to do a video about this. And then so I have the idea, and then I'll come up with a title, and I'll actually use Chat GPT to help me come up with a title. And then I won't script it out. I'm horrible at doing scripts. I might do bullet points, and then I'll have that, and then I'll plan on, okay, so where do I want to video this next video? Where do I want to film? Maybe it's at Benjikitty Park. Maybe it's at the pool upstairs. Maybe it's at the garden area. Whatever. Maybe it's at one of my go-to restaurants or bars. Wherever the case may be, I'll plan that, and then I plan that. That's my schedule for that week. This is what I'm going to do. This day I'm going to video, and then the next day I'll edit, and the next day I post. So in that respect, with my YouTube channel, I'm very structured as far as what to do each day and when to do it. And I hope that answers your question. Inside the convention center building at Benjikitty Park, there's a nice eatery wing open to everyone, not just fairgoers. Oh, nice. I might try that. It's a I mean, what are the prices? What are the average prices there? What do you think most men are checked out of Western culture and society because women are crazy? I mean, not all women, but I checked out because, first of all, I'm very attracted to Asian women. I think Asian women are beautiful, so that's one reason. The other reason, it's to me, I think it's easier to date here in Asia, even in Thailand and even in Vietnam, easier to date than I. I was not enjoying the dating scene after I got divorced in 2012. I was not enjoying the dating scene in the West, in the U.S. And the cost of living is cheaper here, and the culture, I think it's a little nicer. People are nicer here, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of difference, a lot of things different. So awesome. Thank you. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Captain Crab. Failing is part of learning. Thai is not difficult. You have to practice with the local. Good luck. Yes, I hope to find a nice local Thai girl to help practice with. Joke along. How many hours a day are your classes? 2 hours. So if you missed the first part of the video of my stream, here's my classes. They start on Tuesday, the 23rd. I go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hang on a second. I like my logo. That's my YouTube page. I put it on my screen. Little backdrop there. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. So my classes start at 1:30 in the afternoon and go till 3:15. So not even 2 hours a day. But it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I got Saturday, Sunday, Mondays off. So if I want to take a weekend trip somewhere to Hua Hin or Pattaya or wherever, I could actually leave on Friday afternoon and not have to be back until Tuesday afternoon. So it works out really great. So I'm super excited about that. Same here for me, JJ. Western women not appealing at my age. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm too old for the BS that I get in the West. I mean, God, when I first got divorced, I went on Plenty of Fish, that dating app, and you would not believe, well, maybe you would believe, the crazy women that I come across. I mean, they were nuts. There was one woman that we started messaging each other, texting each other. We met on Plenty of Fish, POF. And this is when I was living down in Evansville, Indiana. And I was working working during the day. And we're messaging. And it's like, hey, you want to get together sometime? And she goes, yeah, let's do. I go, okay, great. And it was like a Wednesday. And I said, you know, I always go to this bar on Wednesday afternoons because they have great drink specials. You want to meet me there today? It was a Wednesday. And she goes, oh, I don't get to pick. This is the message back to me. She goes, oh, I don't get to pick where we go. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. I go, so I messaged her back. I go, no, it's okay. Where would you like to meet? And swear to God, her next message was, oh, so I have to pick where we go? It's like, what the hell? Like, no, you don't have to pick anything. Block. And that's just one example of the craziness that I went through on these stupid dating apps in the West. Nuts. Anyway, I checked out because I had the opportunity and I saw disturbing signs of the EU going into self-destruction. Yeah, I hear you. And it's not getting any better. I see videos every day come up on my feed about what's going on in Europe, what's going on in the UK, even Ireland. I mean, there's demonstrations going on right now all over London, all over England, all over Europe, and it's all about mass immigration and open borders in these European countries, and it's nationalism is kind of making a comeback, I think, in Europe. So we'll see what happens. Happier now with a better quality of life. Absolutely. Yeah, me too. I couldn't be happier. I'm living the best I'm living the best times of my life right now. I did a video a month ago, maybe not even a month ago, and it didn't get a lot of views, less than 1,000. But basically it was, I watched this podcast, Matt Rule from Nebraska, head coach of Nebraska, and he had this quote, and I don't think it was his quote, but he said, and he's 50, right? So he's younger than me, but he said, I refuse to believe that my next 50 years aren't going to be better than my last 50 years. And I thought about that and I thought, you know what? You are absolutely right. And I refuse to believe that the next part of my life isn't going to be better than the last part of my life. And that's how I live my life. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking, I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. You asked me 15 years ago if hey, Jeff or JJ, are you ever going to be in Asia in 15 years? And I would say, no, why would I do that? um, I'm living the best time of my life, and I hope you guys are too. And if you're not, do it. Just and the whole point of that video that I did was don't enjoy your life, live your life, and that's what I do. I live my life every day. I live it like there's no tomorrow. But I know there's a tomorrow. There's always going to be a tomorrow, and I'm always planning for what am I going to do tomorrow that's going to be fun. Um, I went to an outlet mall yesterday shopping for a few things to take on my next trip. In 2 hours, only one lady smiled and spoke to me, and she was Thai, which was okay with me. Where were you? Where are you at, John? Um, because yeah, that's yeah, you're in. So I'm old, I'm retired age. I'm invisible in the West. I'm absolutely invisible. Here in Thailand, in Vietnam, in the Philippines, wherever in Asia, you are not invisible. Now, maybe to an extent in like larger cities like Bangkok, because there's so many foreigners here, so many Farang, light skin, big nose, blue eyes, tall. There's so many of us here that you're not invisible, but they're used to you being around. Now, if you get up and this may be um, one of the reasons why, who was it that I can't remember who talked about living in the province, that why he liked living in the province. But maybe this is the reason why he likes living in the province, because there aren't as many foreign type that live there. So I think it was Flynn. Flynn, if you're still on, you can chime in on this, but you're more of a novelty, like in the Philippines when I would go visit um, a girl in Leyte. Like I had a girlfriend in Leyte, so I'd go to Leyte, and we wouldn't be at um, we would be down we'd be in the mountains in southern Leyte in Mahaplog, which is a very small village basically. Um, and I was the only foreigner there. So people would look at you because it's like, oh, look at this guy. He's different than anybody else. Or if I go to a mall, like we would go to Bye Bye City or somewhere in Leyte and go to the mall. Um, I literally, this was funny. This is a true story. So we're at this mall and we went to the grocery store, Robinson's or wherever it was. And my girlfriend had to go back in and get something. So I'm standing waiting for her to come back. I'm standing outside the grocery store in the mall. And this was I think it was I want to say it was in Bye Bye City in Leyte, the island of Leyte in the Philippines. But I'm just standing there waiting for my girlfriend to come back. And these girls walk by, and I assume they were in high school. They had the uniforms on, but they could have been in college because they wear the uniforms in a lot of the colleges, a lot of the universities in the Philippines too. But they looked pretty young. But they walked by and they stopped and they came to me, and one of them said, "Sir, can we take your picture with us?" And I'm thinking to myself, why? um, so I said, yeah, sure. And so they all grouped around, and one of them took a picture, and they were all giggling and all thrilled, and they walked off, looking back and giggling. And it wasn't until later I realized that I'm a novelty there. I almost look like you're almost like a movie star. So it's very different. Now in the West, you look at a girl wrong and you're accused of being a molester. Um, and these girls will go, they'll purposely dress up seductively and go to a gym to work out. And if somebody walks by and just happens to glance at them, they accuse you of stalking them. And it's crazy in the West, but not so much here in Asia. I don't run into that at all. Let's see. Let's see if we can get caught up here. Okay. Yeah. Same. Okay. Got that. Happier now with better quality of life. Yeah, absolutely. Toxic feminist. Yes. You see a lot of that. I went to an outlet mall yesterday. Okay. Saw that. Where was that? Preach. Myrtle Beach. Oh, wow. Myrtle Beach outlet mall. Oh, that's too bad. Invisible in your 40s now in the West. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, unless you're 6'4", under 40 years old, have a high six-figure salary, own 2 houses and 4 cars, they don't even want to have anything to do with you, which is fine. I don't want to have anything to do with them either. So, yes, I agree. I was never in Leyte. Always seemed a little too provincial, too remote for me. Yeah, it is very remote. Now there are some like Tacloban there's the airport you can fly into there. There's Ormoc, there's Bye Bye City. Those are the larger cities, but they're still small. They're still small, very provincial. You're right. But man, Mahaplog is like there's there's nothing there. It's a village, if that. I mean, this is where you go to Mahaplog and you go down to the river and there's dozens of families in the river. They're not swimming, they're washing their clothes. That's how provincial it is in Mahaplog. Um, that's not my life. That's not how I like to live. Um, yeah, I like the city life. All right, we'll go about 3 more minutes. We'll go to the top of the hour, and then we'll call it a nice stream that I stayed awake in. Um, nice story, JJ. The Leyte Mall. Yeah, isn't that interesting though? That was one of my first experiences like that. I thought that was really interesting. Hey, Tom. I'm about your age. Had childhood vaccines. I'm about to get initial Hep A and B vaccine here in the U.S. over the next 5 weeks before I come again to Thailand. Those seem to be main ones to get. Yeah, I would definitely get the hepatitis shots. You really don't need anything else. Don't worry about malaria. Um, definitely don't worry about the other jab. Um, yeah, that would be maybe get a tetanus shot if you're not up to date on your tetanus shot, especially if you're going to be in any provincial areas. But other than that, you really don't need anything else. I think when I originally came here, I got the hepatitis shots, and I had to get the COVID shot back then. Back in 2022, it was still needed when the Philippines first opened up. And when was that? February of 2022. You still had to get the shot. So thanks. I concluded the same thing. Yeah, very good. So you're coming. When are you going to come to Thailand? In 5 weeks, or you got to get your shots within 5 weeks? When are you planning on hitting Thailand, and whereabouts in Thailand are you going to end up? Are you visiting, or are you planning on living here, Tom? Interested to know. But Thailand's great. I mean, every country has those good points and bad points, and Thailand has the same. I did a video, 8 reasons why you might not want to visit or live in Thailand. And it's just, pollution can be an issue, traffic's an issue, the language can be an issue at times, but there's so many pluses. There's so many good things about Thailand in my mind that far outweigh the bad things about Thailand and Bangkok. Um, you know, I'm getting hungry, so I'll probably go. There's a little restaurant right uh, around the corner, little family Thai restaurant. They don't speak any English there, but I can look at their menu and point to what I want. And the dad cooks it up. The mom, uh, you pay the mom the bill, and the kids serve you and clean off your table at the end. So it's a super little open air, kind of an outdoor covered restaurant. So it's really nice, and the food's super good and super cheap. I mean, you can get a full meal and a drink. Yeah, you just get water for like 60 baht. I mean, it's super cheap. That's like a buck 80, something like that. Hopefully those dark days never return. Yeah, absolutely. Coming near you in 5 weeks for a move there. Okay. Got my LTR on my first trip there last year, getting a condo near you on the BTS. Okay. Do you have a condo yet, or you are going to be looking when you get here? And whereabouts are you looking, Tom? And if you want to get together, let me know. I'm more than happy to meet up with you guys. It sounds like there's a few of you guys coming here in Bangkok in the next few months. Toward the end of the year. So definitely look me up. Um, you know, email me at JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia at gmail.com, and we can meet up. You don't have to buy me dinner. You don't have to buy me a drink. You don't have to do any of that. Just meet, and we'll sit down and have a beer together and talk about Thailand or whatever you want to talk about. So I'm more than happy to do that. No condo yet. I'll contact you, but I'll buy you lunch. Oh, yeah, you don't have to, but yeah, I'll I never not I never turned down a free lunch. I never turned down a paid lunch. I never turned down food. You can probably tell sometimes, but yeah, I can. How often have you been here, Tom? You say you got your LTR when you were here last. How long were you here that trip, and how many trips have you made here? Massive party in O'Shea's. Definitely, we can do a meet and greet at O'Shea's. That would be fun. I would definitely do that. Um, I can't wait. I've missed St. Patrick's Day every year since I've been coming to Thailand. I've not had a St. Patrick's Day here in Bangkok yet. I've always been somewhere else. Like this last time, I was in the Philippines, and it was horrible because there are no Irish pubs in the Philippines, and the only Guinness I could get was out of a can, and so it was horrible. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was just not not the right thing. So I'm so excited to be here next March, my favorite holiday, St. Patrick's Day. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, O'Shea's, well, definitely we can do a meet and greet there. They know me pretty well there, so we can do it up on the rooftop. They have a rooftop on the fifth floor, and it's kind of a neat area, outdoor area, and they have live bands there. They have a stage, so they do live bands every once in a while. But yeah, we can definitely do that. Research last few years, but my first trips out of the U.S. was last year. 2 months Bangkok and Pattaya, Lisbon, Rome, Barcelona. Also did BGC for a week. Thailand is awesome. So is Thailand your favorite of all the places there? Must be, because you got the LTR here, right? And you like Bangkok, I assume, because you're going to find a place here. I can definitely hook you up with a realtor, an agent that she can help you out. All you have to do is promise her dinner, but first dibs. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, yeah, definitely. If Bangkok's your deal, I can help you out on that. So that's cool. Um, and Long Sukhumvit, the BTS is along Sukhumvit, great neighborhoods. So let's see. Let's go ahead and wrap things up, guys. I'm getting kind of hungry and I'm tired, so I'll probably eat and then nap. Thanks, JJ. Will do. You're welcome, Tom. Um, Barcelona, yeah, Kiki. That's where you're stationed half the year. My friends just came from Spain. I think they were in Barcelona. The one that got his bank account frozen here. He was in he was in Istanbul, and then he went to Barcelona, and then he had to go back to the States for a minute, and then he came back here. And he just flew in back in this week, and I met up with him and had a beer with him the other day. So, but I think he was in Barcelona. I know they were in Turkey, and then they went to Spain, and I think it was Barcelona is where they were. So, all right, I'm going to wrap things up, guys. I appreciate you all coming on this morning. Thank you so much. Um, if you're a member, thank you so much for the membership. Kiki and Jasmine, thanks for gifting the 5 memberships. I appreciate that a lot. And Jack, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that too. And everybody else, appreciate you for contributing to the chat and for watching. And make sure you watch the video tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Thailand time. I will post the new video public on my updates on, if you missed it on the live stream here, I'll update you on my condo search and my Thai language school and my education visa. I'll get you all the update on all of that. So, but in other words, now I have no outro anymore because I'm on the free StreamYard. So I don't get to play any of those fun things. So I got to find a new platform. But yeah, until next time, live life, my friend. Enjoy your day, everyone. Thanks, Kiki and Jasmine. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Live life.